Hi everyone, welcome to Good Vibes on YouTube. In today's session, we are going to learn how to design flyers in Photoshop. Follow me as I take you through the process. When you open Photoshop for the first time, okay, you will not see the designs here because these are templates I have saved on my Photoshop. Okay, yes, so you have to go to the Create New. So click on Create New. Okay, when you click on it, then you set your size. Okay, so we have already saved size on Photoshop where you can select from. Okay, but if not, you can also make sure you set your size here. Okay, so in this training or in this session, I want us to set our size here. Okay, so I'll be using I'll be using 1200 for the width. Okay, then I'll use 1300 also for the height. Okay, 1030. So type the same thing there. Okay, and with the resolution, you always have to make sure you maintain a high resolution. So probably the 300 is okay. I mostly use this for my designs because if you use a number less than 150 or 100, your design will blur when you open it on a larger screen. Okay, so always make sure you maintain this 300. Okay, and then also we have other size. We have other size on Photoshop. Okay, so I think with this one, let's use, so sorry, this here has changed. So here should be 1200. We are using the measurement to be in pixels. Okay, and then here to be 1300. So 1300. Okay, so you see we have different measurements also here. We have the pixels, the inches, centimeters, millimeters, and etc. Okay, so make sure that you set the size to pixels. Okay, all right, but you can also go in for any other size you want here. So someone can set maybe the size to be in inches. Okay, it's still correct, but make sure you know what you are doing. And then also let's maintain this color code, and then also the 8-bit. When you're done with everything, then you click on what, on the create. So you click on create. All right, so Photoshop will open for us to create what we want to create. Okay, so this our working space we have here on Photoshop. Okay, so what you have to do is, now after getting this, it means you are going to work with this. Okay, or this is the working area. All right, so in today's video, I'll teach you some of the tools or the most important tools we mostly use on Photoshop. Okay, so after this session, you should be able to know how to use the tools and use them well. So Photoshop has a lot of tools which we cannot finish all in one session. Okay, so today I will take you to some of the tools you have to know as a graphic designer or as someone who wants to learn how to do Photoshop. Okay, all right, so on the top of the screen here, you can see some other options here. We have the file, edit, image, layer, type, and etc. Okay, they all have sections under them. They all have different functions under them. So for instance, when you click on the file, you see um you see different sections here. When you click on image, you see different ones. The same applies to edit and the rest. Okay, good. Now before I come to the tools over here, let us look at something here. All right, so we also have layer or layers. Okay, so when I say layer, it's like and it's like how we have the pages in an exercise book. Okay, so like page one, page two, page three. Do you get it? So the same way we also have layers in Photoshop. The layers are here for you. Okay, we have layers here for you. These are the layers. Now as time goes on, we'll come back to that. We also have the delete button here. If you want to delete something, check the down corner here. You can see my mouse pointer. So here's the delete where you can delete something if you want to delete a layer from Photoshop. Here for you. If you want to group some layers too, you can do it here. All right, so we'll come back to all this. Now we cannot finish learning all the tools today, so we have to just I'll take you through some of the tools on Photoshop. And the first tool I'll take you through is the move tool. This is the move to the very first one here. Okay, now when you see all the tools also has small drop down white icon behind them. Okay, so it means that they have um, um different functions also. So when I right click on the move icon, you can see that it has move to and then the artboard to. Okay, so our focus will be on move to. Okay, now also if you put your mouse pointer on the tool on the tool also, it tells you the what the tool is used for. So you can see that there is some movement going there. You can see there's movement here. It means that this is for moving items on the screen. So if you draw something and you want to move it, you can do that with the move tool. You have to make sure that always you have selected the move tool before you can move an object on the screen or on the workspace you have. So let me demonstrate by drawing a shape and then trying to move it for you to see. So with that said, let's go to the shape tool. Now this is the shape tool. The one here is the shape tool. So I'll click on it and then I'll draw my shape. So I'll click on it. I want to draw my shape, rectangle shape. So this is the shape I've drawn. Okay. Now after drawing a shape like this, if I want to move the shape, it means I have to go to the move tool, the one here. Then I can able to move the shape on my screen. So you can see the shape is moving, right? Good. That's the move tool for you. All right. So after this, after the move tool, let's look at the eraser tool. Okay, yes, the eraser tool. So I've drawn this shape nicely here. Now if you want to go to the next one, you can click on it. You can check here for it to place the image for you, or you can press enter on your keyboard. So I'll check this. Good. So with this one, you can see it has some edges here, right? Good. Now with this one, it helps you to enlarge or to enhance the size, whether you want to reduce it or you want to enlarge it. Okay, you can use the edges to do that. You get it. Now if on your Photoshop you can't find the edges, just check. So when you click after placing it, okay, check here. You see after clicking here the check sign, okay, you see the show transform. So you see show transform controls. Okay, so you have to click, you have to check it. You see it's gone, right? So when you check it, the controls will show for you. Good. Now let's look at the brush tool, or the but before that, let's look at the eraser tool first. Okay, now there's eraser tool here. Here's the eraser tool. Look at this one. You see the eraser tool. So let's learn that. Now when you click on it, it has different erasers, but we'll be using the first one, the eraser tool. So you click on it. Okay, now I want to erase parts of this image. How will I do it? Now you have to make sure that you always check this part. Okay, so click there and then you set the size you want to. So mostly let the size be between this range. Okay, then so I will show you when the hardness is 0% and when the hardness is 100%. All right, so let's maintain the size here to something about 250. Yes, 250 is fine. All right, so let's maintain this. And then so in this case, we are going to apply the eraser to when the hardness is at 0%. Okay, so so right now you can see hardness 0%, right? Good. So I'll apply it. I'll click here. So they ask you if you want to rasterize the layer first. So click on OK, and then you have to erase. So you can see I'm erasing parts of the shape. You see how the eraser has been like. Now let's do it when the hardness is at 100%. So um I'll increase the hardness to 100%, and then let's try and see what will happen. The same shape. So you can see that there's a difference there, right? So you can see how this one is and how this. So even though they are all eraser, you see here the edges are very sharp. You can see them, but here it's kind of blend with the background. Do you get it? All right. So let's move on. Good. So we also have now. I skipped this one because we'll come to that. Okay, I skip all this. We'll come to that in a different video. But with what I'm teaching right now, you'll be able to design flyers after getting to know this, because we mostly use them unlike the other tools here on Photoshop. All right, so let us to look. So right now you know the eraser tool, right? let us also look at um okay, so with the same shape, okay, the shape we have, if you want to draw a circle, please select the ellipse tool. This is how it works. So you have to right click on a shape here, and then you'll come to the ellipse tool where you have to draw your shape. Okay, so I can draw my shape nicely. It will be like a round or a circle shape, how I want it to be. Do you get it? All right, so there's my circle. Now if you want to move, what will you do? You have to go to what, to the move tool before you can move this shape around. Okay, so let me teach you this. If you want to change the color of the shape also here, you have to go to the layer. The layers are always at this part. Here are the layers. It's like pages in an exercise book. Okay, so this ellipse or this circle shape here, that's the layer for it. Okay, so I'll double click in the big box. So you see this big box over here, not the small one here, but the big one. Double click inside. Okay, and then you can, so the color picker will be displayed on your screen. You have to select the color you want it to be. Okay, so all this part is for color blue. Okay, but how deep or light or dark it is. Okay, now you can also change the colors from here. You can see some white arrows here. All right, so just move it to where you want it to be. Okay, all right, so we can just maintain something like red or something here. Then you click on OK. Good. If you want to move the shape, you got to make sure that you are on the shape, on the move to, sorry, so how to be able to move this around. All right, so now you know how to create a circle. Do you get it? Now at the same place too, when you right click on it, we have, so we have the triangle to the polygon to line, and then the custom. If you want to draw a line, you can do that also here nicely. You can draw a line nicely. All right, but we can also use the rectangle to do or to draw a line. Okay, this is a line for me. So if you want to draw a line, you can also come to the same place, just right click there, but this time you can use the rectangle to draw a line. So let me draw a line using rectangle tool. I'll just make sure that the shape will be something small, very tiny, so that it will be a line for me. So something like that, I'm okay. So you can see that this also looks like a line. You can see this, right? Good. So we also have custom shapes at the same area. You have to right click on it, and then go to custom shape too. Okay, two these are shapes that are already on Photoshop for you to use. So when you go to the shape tool, there's a white arrow here, click on it, and then you can see there are different shapes you can also try and use on Photoshop. Okay, all right, so that's it. Let me try drawing one for you to see. So you just have to click on the shape you want. So let's say I want this particular shape, the phone call or something. I'll just click on it. Click on it, and then you have to draw it. So I'll draw it nicely for you. Good. So that's it. Now you can see that I've drawn it here, right? So you don't have to go and then struggle. I mean, getting this, you can get it on Photoshop. Okay. If you are done, you click on check. Okay, good. You can also try to reduce the size or expand it using what? Using the edges around. Okay, so now if you want to change the color also, what will you do? You have to go to the layer of this shape, which is the first one. You see, so the layer will be highlighted for you. You can see this one is kind of white while the rest are um their natural color. Okay, so I'll double click inside the big box, and then change the color of this to, let's say, something like yellow, so you can see the color has changed, right? Good. And then we also have the brush tool. Okay, there's a brush tool also here for you to use, the brush tool for you to use. Yes, so This is the brush tool. You can also set the size of it here. Okay, give it more and then try to, you want to apply brush. This brush tool for you. It also works. So you can see that it looks like the eraser tool, but this actually was a brush tool. Now, so if you master the move to the shape, and then I also teach you the text tool, you can design all flyers on Photoshop, because we mostly use the move to and then the shapes and then the text. That's what you combine to come out with nice flyers. You get it? So that's what I want to teach you for now. As time goes on, we'll add the rest of the tools here. Okay. Yes, but with this knowledge you have right now, you can design flyers, because you mostly did the move to the shape to and then the test tool. So let's go to the test tool. Now this is your test tool. Okay. So you have to also click on it. All right. Now when you click on it, you have to know the font you want to use, and also the color you want to go with. Okay, so if you right click on it, this is how it to appear. But let's go with the first one, horizontal to test, right? So I'll click on it nicely. Then you type the word you want to use, okay, or the text you want to have on your design. All right, so I'll be using my on-screen keyboard, right? Where are you? Good. All right, so I'll have to type in my text nicely. Okay, so let's say I want to type good vibes, right? So good, yes, so I'm typing good vibes. All right, so yes, here we go. Now you can also increase the size of your text. Okay, so right now this is my text layer here. Okay, I'll double click on a big T. So double click, and then my text will be selected for me. So I'll double click, yes, selected. Now I can increase the size and change the color of the font, or even change the font itself. Okay, now, so after highlighting, when you check the top part here, we have the font size, and you check here, this is the font type, and then this is the font name, and then the color. This part is the alignment. So you have the left alignment, center, and then the right alignment. Everything is here for you. Okay, all right. So if you want your text to be also a curved one, also you can do it here. I have to make a video on it for you guys to see how to do that also. So for the meantime, let's try to increase the size of this font. So when you click here on the small drop down menu, you can see there are sizes here, okay, for you to choose from. Let's see, we're going to use 18 for this. So this is how the 18 will be like. Now if you want the font to be either maybe bold, italic, extra black, and all of that, medium, you can do that from here. Okay, so you have the bold, italic, and everything. So you can do that here. Now if you have select your text, you can also change the color from red to a different color. Okay, so let's say you want to use color blue or something like blue. You see the color will have to change from red to that particular color. So right now we have different color here. Good. So that's it with the text too. You can type a lot of things, and then change the color. If you want to change your font to, you have to come to this side, and then there are a lot of fonts on Photoshop you can choose from. Yes, and then I also have to teach you how to download and then install fonts on your machine. Okay, because we have different fonts out there which are not on the Photoshop now, so you can download more fonts and then install them on your machine. You get it? All right, so that's it here. If you like what you have done, you click on check. Okay, so I want to expand this a little bit. I can go, so you can click on the move. So the thing is, if you are on a test tool, okay, and then you design and then you type in something, okay, you can move the text without going to the move tool. So you can move this without going to the move tool. As you can see, even though I'm still on the test tool here, I can move this, but you can see the mouse pointer has changed. Okay, so make sure that your mouse pointer changes before you can move it. If I put the mouse pointer on the text, see how the pointer looks like. It means you want to type a text again. But if you bring it a little bit closer from the test, you can see that the mouse pointer changes to something like four arrows or something. Can you see what I'm talking about? Good. So that's it. It means that you can move it around. Okay. All right. So it can be somewhere here for me. If you are okay, you click on the check. Yeah. So with this, you can be able to, start a flyer design on Photoshop because you know the move tool, you also know the eraser tool, you know the text tool, okay, and then the shapes. Now, with these four tools I've explained to you, it means you can design any work on Photoshop. You can start because you know how to set your size, you know how to move an item, you know how to type, you know how to draw a shape, okay. Now, when you combine all this together, that's when you'll be able to produce a stunning flyer for your customers, for your clients, or for even for your business yourself. All right. So that's it. As time goes on, I'll teach you. I'll upload more videos on how to do certain, how to install the font, how to get PNG materials for your designs, and a whole lot. So please watch this and make sure you subscribe for more